Libby Evans Fuller and Doug Fuller. They survived the flooding in their hometown of Ingram, Texas. Thank you both very much for joining us this morning. Libby, I'll start with you. If you could just tell us, how are you doing this morning and where you're finding shelter right now?
Right now, we're at my in-laws on an air mattress, but we're safe. I'm doing good this morning. This out here is the closest I've been back to it since Friday morning when we got ripped out of our house.
Let's talk more about that, Doug. I understand, I mean, you were essentially swept out of your home. Walk us through exactly what happened and the amazing thing you did to survive.
Well, it started about 4 a.m. and it had been raining a little bit, and I went to go just see how the weather was doing. And at about midnight, there was a motorist on a motorcycle who stopped in to ride out the storm, and I wanted to see how he was doing. And when I got out to the parking lot, we could hear the river, but we couldn't quite see the water yet. When I got back to the house, I noticed it was coming up into the parking lot. I went inside to wake my wife up and tell her we might get some water damage, thinking that maybe our floor might get damaged. By the time she was done getting dressed, I was watching our car float away. And
so fast.
I realized that it was going to be a lot more than just some damage to my floor. And within about 10 minutes, we had water almost up to the ceiling. Wow. We took refuge on our mattress and stayed there as long as we could, not wanting to go out the door, but not wanting to stay in without an exit. Eventually, the doors burst open, and we jammed ourselves in the doorway as long as we could until eventually a large swell of water sucked us out. And a neighbor who was outside as well were clinging onto a support post in front of our door. And we were able to grab hands, and I was able to grab my wife. And we held on for about the next 2 hours until the waters resided and just rode it out. It was terrifying.
Just amazing, and that you were even with neighbors who were doing the same thing. Libby, I know that you went to work after this whole ordeal. Tell us about that.
I did. Well, I was actually supposed to work a double on Friday, and I was looking forward to it because it was the 4th of July. And, of course, couldn't all this happen in the morning. But I had my father-in-law go by work. They had taken that once we got out, once the tow trucks got us to the fire station called the ambulance for me. We called from my in-laws from the hospital, and I asked them to go by my work and let them know I wouldn't be there today. I was at the hospital, and because I didn't know if they were going to be open or closed or what. And I tried we got home from the hospital. I tried to call work, and they weren't answering. It turns out they had closed. But the next morning, I got up. We went to the Walmart and got me some work clothes, and I went to work the next morning and prepared to work that double because I was scheduled to double again. And I walked in, and nobody expected to see me. I had no idea that there were missing persons stuff going on. I had no idea about any of it. We lost the phones. So I had no idea. But we got there. My boss was like, "What are you doing here?" And it was amazing. We got to take food to first responders. It was great. And I just worked through because, you know, we need my wages right now. And it really, I didn't know how we were going to make it if I didn't start working back immediately to rebuild, you know, what were we going to do?
That
so
says
I
so
just
much.
went, and it kind of kept it off my mind.
That says so much about the spirit of the area, too, that not only did you go to work, but you went to help the first responders who are all trying to make a difference there. Doug, we only have a few seconds left here, but this is the first time you've been back to the scene. Just what goes through your mind when you look around you right now?
I'm really thankful that we made it out, because there's a lot of people that didn't. And the death toll will probably rise, and you know, we might have lost the house and the car and all that stuff, but we still have each other, and you know, that's what's worth all of it right there. This is my rock right here. and that's what keeps us going. And hopefully we can help somehow give back. You know, my father's out there right now with the cleanup effort, and those are the real heroes. Those are the guys that are rebuilding, those guys and the first responders.
Libby and Doug, we're so happy you're okay. Amazing to hear you so quickly after what you've been through, talking about helping other people. We appreciate your time this morning, and we're praying for your community. Thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.